something the other day. I was on the internet Googling something. I don't even remember how I got there. But I came across a picture, and I'm kind of embarrassed to admit this, but I came across a picture of a Gen 3 rod versus a Gen 4 rod, LS connecting rod, the differences between the two. And I was looking at it, and I never really researched this before. I didn't know the difference between the two, what they looked like versus one another. And I looked at it and I went, the Gen 4 looks familiar. Where have I seen that before? Right here. This is one of the piston and rods out of the 5.3, the first motor that we blew up 2 years ago at LS Fest. But as you can see here, it has the dimple, and this dimple is one of the identifications of a Gen 4 rod. Plus, it's just a lot beefier. There's a few other identifying things with like the square marks here and stuff like that. But what's weird is the Gen 4 pistons supposedly were flat tops with valve reliefs. This is a dished. It is a floating wrist pin one with C-clips. The motor was a 24 tooth Gen 3 block. Well, it was a 24 tooth reluctor. It had the head bolts of the later Gen 4 where they're all the same length. So I was just kind of confused. This whole time I thought the 5.3 liter was a Gen 3 bottom end, but apparently it had Gen 4 rods in it. It's one of them weird years that was a mixture of parts. And I know for a fact that the guy that I got the motor from didn't put Gen 4 rods in it. That motor had never been opened up. It still had the original failed lifters in it, like they all do. And yeah, so I think it was just one of them weird transition years where it had kind of mixed match parts. But that explains why the 5.3 took way more abuse than the 6 liter did, because the 6 liter was for sure Gen 3 rods. They were a lot dinkier looking than these, now that I think about it. So interesting about that. This whole time I thought it was Gen 3. So yeah, that was just kind of an interesting realization that I had the other day. Figured I'd share it with you guys. But on the subject of connecting rods, I have something else to show you guys. Alright guys, you remember MaxpeedingRods, the company that I've been running their turbos for I think 2 years now. I've ran 2 different versions of their turbos, and I've had great success with them. I have had 0 issues with them whatsoever. This is the current turbo now. I actually have it disassembled because when the engine blew up, a lot of piston material went through the exhaust side. And so I disassembled it just to check for any issues, and there is nothing. These things are still in great shape, even though a bunch of piston has gone through the exducer. But yeah, so great turbos, very affordable. These turbos have probably made, I estimate, around probably 800 crank horsepower with my motor, somewhere around probably 675, 700 to the tire, just based off of ET, mile per hour, and the weight of the truck and stuff like that. But yeah, these things are awesome from MaxpeedingRods. You can't beat their turbos. So a little while back, I noticed that they had a listing on their website for small block Chevy and LS connecting rods. So I messaged them and I said, hey, how do your guys' connecting rods compare to the name brand connecting rods? They said that their connecting rods are made of the same 4340 chromoly steel, the same 7/16 ARP 2000 hardware, and are at a fraction of the cost of some of the name brand connecting rods that we're all familiar with. Almost $200 less for a set of connecting rods. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, I might be interested in trying a set of those. And they said, all right, we'll send you a set. So here they are. All right, so let's take a look at these. So first impression, they look very similar to a lot of the other, you know, cheaper, I should say, not cheap quality, but cheaper priced forged connecting rods that you can see out there. Not to name any names, but I actually compared one of these to a name brand connecting rod. As you can see, very nice finish. Got the MaxpeedingRods logo there. And then nice machine finishes, nice bushings, ARP hardware. Very, very nice piece, first glance. So like I said, I was able to kind of check one of these against a name brand connecting rod, you know, a company that we're all familiar with. I won't say their name, but it's a 4-letter word. You could probably guess. And I just kind of compared the two side by side. So measuring the width of the H-beam on the name brand connecting rod, it came in at 1.25 inches. And then the MaxpeedingRod connecting rod was just a little bit smaller at 1.18 inches. The thickness of the H-beam, pretty much identical between the two. And then, you know, obviously the rod journals and the piston the piston wrist pin bushing were the same diameter as well. One thing I did notice is the name brand connecting rod did have a much larger bevel machined into one side of the rod journal. And on the MaxpeedingRod, I noticed that the wrist pin bushing sort of had like an oil groove in the center of it, whereas the name brand bushing did not. And I'm not sure if that is a benefit, but I feel like that would probably oil the wrist pin a little bit better on the MaxpeedingRods, but I'm no professional. Like I said, there's 8 connecting rods in here. At least I hope there's 8 of them. Yep, there's 8 of them. But yeah, these things have an advertised horsepower rating of 200 horsepower per connecting rod. So in an 8-cylinder, that's 1,600 horsepower. And they're capable of 9,000 RPM. Now, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to use these in yet. I'm probably going to have them taken to a machine shop and have them just checked out, because there are stories of these cheaper Chinese rods, whether it be not just MaxpeedingRods, but like the name brand ones. They're all made in China too. The $600 range connecting rods are pretty much all made in China, probably from the same place because they're very similar. But yeah, even with the name brand connecting rods from machine shops and engine builders, I've been told that they need a little bit of reworking, just a little bit of sizing. The weights can be off just a little bit to their standards. So I will have these connecting rods kind of checked out by a machine shop or engine builder before I use them, just to be sure, because that's a very crucial part of an engine. You don't want that to be the reason why you have catastrophic failure, because when you do, it sucks. Trust me, I know. But like I said, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to be using them in. I might use them in the new motor for the S10, but I might just keep that stock bottom end because it's Gen 4. I don't know yet. I also have this 5.3 liter over here in the corner, the old block, that's still good, just needs some material removed from the cylinder wall, some old piston material. So that thing could be bored and honed and reusable. I might build a spare motor with those rods. I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do with them. All right, so as always, guys, MaxpeedingRods is going to pass the savings on to you guys as well. If you guys are interested in anything from turbochargers to connecting rods, you can get 10% off your order by using the discount code ROBBY, R-O-B-B-Y, in the checkout. But one of you lucky guys is going to win a set of connecting rods. That's right. So there was a little bit of a glitch in their website. They had a listing wrong. So when I ordered the connecting rods for the LS, I accidentally got sent connecting rods for a small block Chevy. I asked them if they wanted me to send them back, and they said no, go ahead and give them away to one of your viewers on your channel. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give this set of connecting rods away, but like I said, they are for a small block Chevy, so they are a 5.7 inch rod, but exact same design as the LS ones here that you saw today, but for small block Chevy. And all you guys got to do to enter this giveaway is make sure you're subscribed to the channel, share this video, and then go follow Max Speeding Rods on either Facebook or Instagram, and then come back here and comment done. And that's all you guys got to do to enter the giveaway. And in 1 week, we'll pick the winner here live and get these sent out to one of you guys. But yeah, huge shout out to Max Speeding Rods. They're always willing to help me out whenever or wherever possible. I'll have a link to these connecting rods in the description below. Like I said, so you guys don't accidentally get the wrong ones ordered. The link will be in the description below. Just click that link, check them out. If you end up buying them or a turbo, it's discount code Robby, R-O-B-B-Y, in checkout, and that'll get you 10% off of your order, no matter what you order. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks, Max Speeding Rods, and we'll see you on the next one.